What is a difficult person? Unit 4, Lesson 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conflict Resolution and Peacemaking, the class that teaches you how to manage interpersonal conflict and drama for yourself and others. I'm your instructor, David Lowry. Welcome to this second lesson on the Peacemaker's approach to difficult people. No matter how hard we try, some people are philosophically opposed to anything having to do with us. Understandably, we usually label these people as difficult. However, we would do well to remember this truism. When others don't like us, we think something must be wrong with them. However, when we don't like others, we expect everyone to understand and accept our reasons. Before labeling someone as difficult, let's remind ourselves that no law says everyone must like or respect us. It's nice if they do, but it's not required. Before we define a difficult person, let's explain what a difficult person isn't. Some of the things we are about to mention may surprise you. We should not say a person is difficult because they disagree with us about something, express an honest opinion that we dislike, question our ability to do something, don't enjoy working with us or would prefer to work with another, don't enjoy the work we both must do, don't like the company or group we belong to, question our thinking and conclusions, don't respond as we expect, aren't affirming or warm in their demeanor, don't appreciate the difficulty of the things we are trying to do, don't trust us, don't believe something we've said, they don't like our approach to work, problems, or people. Were any of the items on the list surprising to you? Believe it or not, this list does not describe difficult people. Instead, it describes how some people may perceive and respond to us. The problem is their perceptions versus our responses. As we encounter mistrust and disagreement from others, it's tempting to take all the things people say personally. However, depending on the context, these statements may describe someone with high integrity. They may well believe their integrity leaves them no choice other than to respond as they are doing. Here's a key to understanding. The problem isn't that they are challenging, but these situations and personality traits are difficult for us to manage. Notice we said difficult for us. Often, we have no idea how to handle situations where someone doesn't like or disagrees with us. This can be especially hard for people pleasers and those who want to be liked by everyone. The only way out of this situation is to focus on the problem instead of the emotions. However misguided, the fact that someone does not respond in our favor does not mean that we should consider them a difficult person. For example, even though your math professor teaches complex problems that are difficult to solve, that doesn't mean your professor is a difficult person. Situations are stressful enough without the added pressure of ill will or anger. Peacemakers help others realize this critical distinction so that all might focus their energies on problem solving. So be slow to decide that someone is impossible. When we must manage our relationship with people who approach life, problems, and people differently, we're tempted to say the person is overly difficult or impossible to work with. However, if we do these things, it implicitly gives us permission to stop working or trying. Imagine how different the world would be if we treated all problems this way. We all enjoy living in a world where things that were once impossible are now commonly accepted. We fly in the air, travel in space, cure diseases, and do many things that were once impossible for us to do. But what is the definition of a difficult person? Having said all of that, we acknowledge that there are difficult people. Relationships require cooperation, and some people may not be willing to do so. Worse, these individuals may actively work against any form of resolution. These are the difficult people. A difficult person is anyone who intentionally or unintentionally works against relational approaches to peacemaking and the resolution process. We realize the subjectivity in this definition, but let us explain further. Peacemaking is based on relational conflict resolution approaches. Two signatures of the relational approach are cooperation rather than competition and strategies that encourage the building of positive relationships. Embedded in the cooperative approach is a desire to balance all needs and find solutions perceived by all as win-win. Here's a secondary definition. A difficult person is one who uses dysfunctional means for escalating tensions and conflicts in others. Rather than investing the time to work cooperatively and relationally with others, a difficult person is willing to use the difficult person strategy to get what they want. This may include attack strategies such as yelling or throwing a tantrum, avoidance strategies such as refusing to deal, participate, or cooperate, or combinations of all of them. It often works because when people are frightened by hostile actions, they retreat or do their best to avoid them. Using these definitions, we should point out that almost everyone deviates from the ideals of the relational approach at one time or another. All of us can become deluded by anger, misperceptions, and lapses of rationality that coincide with conflict. The difficult person, however, uses dysfunction as their fallback position. Let us review what we said in this lesson. Not everyone who disagrees or dislikes you is a difficult person. Just because we do not know how to manage a person who challenges us does not mean they are difficult. On the other hand, some difficult people refuse to work cooperatively and are willing to resort to dysfunctional behaviors to get what they want. We will begin discussing these truly difficult people in our next podcast. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. We encourage you to download a copy of today's transcript so that you might complete a short quiz over today's lesson.